And here we go again, and a happy new year to everybody, being this is my first demonstration of the year. Today I'm going to have a look at Google searching. I did a demonstration some time ago, maybe 3 years ago, on how to use the advanced search mechanism that's built into Google, and we managed to get the results down from 1.5 million down to just 7 items we were looking for. I believe it was a kettle element or something like that. Anyway, today it's just general searching. I was asked by somebody, what do you use it for? Why do you use Google? It's because it's our reference point. At one time when I was a kid still at school, we used to have an encyclopedia set. Well, I didn't. A friend of mine used to have an encyclopedia set, and it was the Encyclopedia Britannica. It cost about 120, 130 pound way back in the 60s. So it's not everyone who could afford to have a copy of that, but we were lucky, and I had a friend who would let me use it whenever I wanted. Today it's a lot easier. If you have a tablet, a phone, or a PC, whatever, laptop, whatever you've got, you can use Google to search with. And in answer to one of the questions that I was asked, what do you use it for, I've made a list of a few things I searched for on Google during the course of just one day. One of the first searches I did, I wanted to do the opening credits to Star Wars on one of my demonstrations on Twitch, and I found that it wasn't that easy. Eventually, with a bit of searching and what have you, I ended up with this, which what I was after, and I've set up this little title screen to get us going. There's no music set to it, but I could do that quite easily. So how to look, everything from medicines to general knowledge. There we are, that's our search for today, which we achieved, and it was quite good. I ended up getting 2 programs, and they were Zara 3D, which gives me 3-dimensional appearance of certain words and texts, and the other was 3D Maker 7. Now it's another Zara project, the XARA 3D Maker 7, and that's the program I use for those credits we've just seen. So I'll push those out of the way. Anyway, we're going to do some live searches today. We're going to go onto the internet to do that, and when it comes up eventually, we come to here. Take away the adverts, please. Thank you. Right, so my nurse just recently told me I had to start taking a new drug, and it was called linagliptin. Had no knowledge of it, never heard of it, and so I wanted to find out more. And I did a search for I can't sure how to spell it, Linigliptin, linagliptin. It's linagliptin. Okay, so we get the results corrected. Yeah, linagliptin. Wonder why that's capital. So there we are. So this would be the Trajenta 5 milligram. This is the one, EMC. Tells you a lot about the drug, where to take it. So that was quite a successful search and fairly easy. Wanted to know how much it sort of cost, and I couldn't find it using the simple search criteria linagliptin. So I went on to the Wikipedia. Wikipedia tells me that the parent company, or the trade name of linagliptin, is Trajenta. So I highlighted that and copied it because I don't have to learn to spell it anymore. And home, control and V would paste in my copied word. And let's see how much I found. Trajenta linagliptin. There we go. That's the one I wanted. And one of the things I want to know is how much are these drugs? Are they cheap and cheerful, or are they quite expensive? And so I searched. I couldn't find anything. Again, we ended up with the same searches we've seen. So we need to add in there just an extra word there, cost. Let's put in UK cost, because if we do just a normal cost, we'll end up with costs from various different countries. And straight away we come up with Trajenta linagliptin UK cost, and it brings us up with this little Boehringer's Trajenta launched in the UK pharma file. And if we read that, straight away we notice these highlighted areas here. It tells us it's £33.26 a month for 5 milligram dose for 28 tablets. Okay, maybe we don't all want to know that. We have different different results. One of the other things I do, I keep a website myself on various things about my medicines and what have you. And if I go to the Plugit site, I don't know why I went to Plugit site, I don't know to go there. Go to Hallbase, which is the next icon along, and I go to diabetes page, and I can find out all about diabetes and what have you, and I can also find out about melanogliptin, which I've added in there. And here we have the little bit of paper that you find inside the packet. Now here's a surprise, it looks very tight and compressed on there, but when you actually get this packet of linagliptin tablets, I believe it's an A2 sheet. It's certainly a little bit bigger than A3 sheet. It might be an A3 sheet, I'm not sure. But it's a large sheet of paper. If you've got eyesight problems, you're not going to have any problem reading what's on this because it's such a massive sheet of paper. That's just something by the way. So there we are. That's the results from one of our searches. Another thing I searched for on that day was the lyrics to Streets of London. There we are. It's actually come up as one of my suggestions, the Streets of London lyrics. Here we go. Now, I don't know how many of you know this particular song, but it's the old Ralph McTell, 1968, and I was reading through just to refresh my mind on the words, and I didn't notice, but second line here, I'll just see if I can zoom in just a little bit on that. There we go. Picking up the papers with his worn out shoes. Whoever wrote this in obviously didn't read what they were writing. They were just relating to what they think they heard, and it was quite funny. There's quite a few little errors throughout the whole of this song, which have you seen the old deer who walks the streets of London? I mean, it's obvious that in the song, I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, I decided that wasn't a good copy, and it's now down as a cowboy song. Hee-haw, Streets of London. And this has kicking up the papers with his worn out shoes. Yeah, okay. So that's a more accurate version of the lyrics. Found out what I wanted to know anyway, so that's not a problem. And that was quite a simple search. Alas, on my next bit of searching, I'd seen a TV program the night before about butterflies, and a particular type of butterfly, the Monarch Butterfly, and it was associated with a lady who had written a book, and I couldn't remember what the book was called, so I put into my search butterfly. I think I put Monarch Butterfly actually. Monarch Butterfly book. Don't know what else I can't remember what else I put in there, but I ended up with a few bits and pieces, and searching down Monarch Butterfly, blah blah blah. See, they were a bit vague because I didn't actually want the butterfly stuff. I didn't want a book about the butterfly. I wanted the book that this particular news story had suggested. I remember there was a lady in there, and I don't know if it was Lady Butterfly or the Lady Butterfly, something like that. So just by adding odd words, images for Lady Butterfly books, see, still no help at all. Maybe change it around, Lady instead of Lady Butterfly, Lady. See, different results each time that I get there. It's all to do with the painted lady, and it was actually the Monarch Butterfly. I remember that so distinctly. So let's put the monarch back to the end of the line. Right, Monarch Butterfly, Lady book. Okay, and it doesn't matter what you search for. You'll Eventually, if you persist, you'll probably narrow it down, which I'm not doing on this occasion. I can't remember my exact search, but it only took a few entries in to find out what I was looking for. Would help if I had the facts right in there. Right, take the lady out of there. Lady of maybe Monarch Butterfly. And it's just by rearranging those words at the top there in the search engine that I actually come across the book that it was relating to, and it was Lady of the Butterflies. It was by Fiona Mountain, and one or two excerpts and quotations from that particular book. Excellent read. Eleanor Granville, one of the first collector of butterflies. So interesting books. There we are. One of the things I do find as well while I'm using Google, and I'll just mention it this time, that if we add W-I-K-I to the end of a search, we end up with a Wikipedia. And The Time of the Butterfly is a different book altogether, but it's still the same thing. But the Wikipedia will help you enormously on understanding the basics of various bits and pieces. As you can see, there's a lot of blue areas on this, for example here. By clicking on them, you will learn lots and lots and lots more than what you first entered in. National Book Critics Circle Award, the Big Read, how it relates to this sort of thing. So using Wikipedia, it's probably this encyclopedia in itself, isn't it? And this is where we sort of started the demonstration by mentioning the encyclopedias that we used when I was a kid, and this is the latest version, if you like, of the same thing. It does rely on donations, so like everything else, if you're going to use it a lot, please chuck a fiver or a tenner or £1 million toward them. If it's worth having. This is the Encyclopedia Britannica of the future. This is what our kids and grandkids will probably turn to, rather than having the stack of books on the shelf. Not that there's anything wrong with there's nothing looks more beautiful than a bookshelf that's got a whole line of books that look similar. And yeah, Britannica encyclopedias fill that requirement. They actually look like beautiful bits and pieces of furniture when they're stacked on the bookshelf. There we go. That's all we've got time for today. I hope it's been a little bit educational on what you can use the various bits and pieces in the search engine there. It doesn't matter if you use Google to search or a list of any of the others. You can change the search engine. I haven't got any others. I think I've got rid of them all. I've deleted them all. I tend to keep my Firefox settings separate, so if I do a reinstall, I keep just the basic things. Anyway, there are other search engines. You can use Bing from Microsoft, or Ask, ASK. Loads of different things you can search for. I use Google because I find it suits my purposes. With that, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening, and if you've enjoyed this video, then please click the like button below, and if you have any comments about it, please feel free to comment. I will always try to get back to you on any comments or queries that you may have. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll leave details of my YouTube channel at the end of this. Thank you very much.